All right, one of the things we usually do at our meetings is we start off and we do, a 60-second elevator pitch speech, okay? And really it's comprised of 5 things, and everybody should know this, okay? And it's I am, what your name is, okay? I do, what your job title is, or the job title that you're looking for, all right? I help, tell how you do, what you do to help a business, basically succeed, okay? And then I want, say what you're wanting, what you're looking for, particular job in this particular industry or this company kind of thing, okay? Don't ramble on, and then repeat your name, because repetition builds recognition. That's an advertising, truism. So you say your name up front. By the time you get to the end of your elevator pitch, they forgot your name. You say your name again. They're more likely to remember you. Okay? So, a little bit about me. Okay? I am a digital marketing specialist or strategist. Okay? I help companies increase their online visibility to generate and capture more leads, okay, from prospects. I work with small to medium-sized companies that do not have this capability and wish to be part of the solution process by being found in a Google search. Okay, that sort of wraps it up in a nutshell. And a lot of times what it's going to do is it's going to say, well, how do you do that? Okay, it's going to ask, people are going to maybe ask questions. How do you do that? Well, through search engine optimization, SEO. Okay, that's a little bit about what you have to do when you start thinking about how you're marketing yourself. Okay, inbound marketing is part of the lead generation process and capturing the lead, nurturing the lead, and converting them to a customer. Same kind of concept that you have to go through when you're in a job hunt. Whoops. All right, and then content creation. Creating your online profiles. It's content creation. You have to do that too. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. Google is your new resume. Okay, why do I say that? Well, in 1998, Google was founded. Okay? The age of the internet was out there a little bit. AOL, anybody remember AOL? That was out there. They were the first ones with the browser interface. Before that, you had CompuServe, and it was all textual, okay? You didn't have the pretty pictures and the browsers and the like. So 98 is when Google came along, and things changed. How people started presenting themselves online, and also as far as the search was concerned. Then along in 2004 comes a little company called Facebook. Okay, today it's over 1 billion users that are online on Facebook. And I mean, there's other social medias that are out there, I mean, at the time, but that is the big, gorilla that's out there. Now, why is that important? Because prior to these things happening, the only way you could market yourself to a recruiter, which is HR, human resources, or a hiring manager, the person that you would actually work for at a company, would be through your resume. That's all they'd know about you until they got you into an interview. Today it's different. Because of these two things, they can get your resume and say, hey, this looks like maybe a possibility. Okay? Okay, are you on? Okay, the first one's Blogger, okay? Blogspot. WordPress. That other one over there, that's Vine videos. Facebook, Twitter, Google+, MySpace, it's still out there. It's not as much as what it used to be. LinkedIn, Pinterest. Who's got a Pinterest account? Okay. Next one's Foursquare. YouTube, anybody been on YouTube? Okay, you realize that would be the second largest search engine in the world after Google, if it was a search engine? There's more searches done on YouTube than any other tool out there besides Google. Google is the big gorilla. Instagram. Set up an Instagram account? Yeah, okay, some people have done that. And then the next one, that's really RSS feed if you have your own blog, okay? This is like a blog, that's Blogger, that's the Google product, and WordPress is a separate site. There's TypePad, there's all sorts of things. So how many of you have one of these services? Raise your hand. Just about everybody, okay? Okay, have you ever commented on a news story or on a Facebook post by a friend, or been tagged by a friend in a photo? Yeah, okay. Why do I say that? Okay. Bye-bye control. You lost control of your personality, okay? Your online persona. All right? 91%. Today, 91% of U.S. employers will take and visit a job hunter's profile online on social media. 91%. So if you make the cut and get into the cycle that you're going to be invited for an interview or may be considered for an interview, you're going to be checked out first. They're going to do a Google search on you. That's why Google is your new resume. All right? 69%. 69% of the employers will reject a candidate because of what they found online before they even talk to you. That's why it's important that you know what is online about you. Okay? There's ways you can control that on Facebook, privacy settings. I know, for example, for myself, if somebody tags me in a photo, I go in and remove the tag. Because a lot of times the people that would tag you, or if you're commenting on, they don't have their privacy settings locked down. So it's a doorway. So when somebody does a search, they can find you. Okay? Okay, why does somebody actually reject you? Grammar, gross misspellings, anything indicating that you lied on your resume, application, what you have said on social sites, on news comments, images you've been tagged in, inappropriate content of any kind. Several years ago, we had a member of our group that had a Facebook profile photo, and she had her privacy locked down. You couldn't see anything else on the profile, but you could see that photo, okay? And she's just casually at a party with a drink in her hand. Well, I approached her and I told her, says, you know, you've got that drink. Well, it's just soda. As an employer, I wouldn't know that. Okay? So what you're doing is you're opening yourself up. Now, it could be totally innocent. And people would say, well, that's not a big deal. Well, maybe it is to somebody. Why raise an objection if you don't have to? Okay? So just put your face out there is really what it is. Okay. Okay, what can you do? In today's world, you can do 4 things. You can edit, and I'll talk about that a little more. You can fill in. You can expand. And you can add. Okay, when you say edit, create a list. You write down adjectives, okay, that best explain how you would come across for a job. All right? Google yourself. Find out what the net already knows about you and see if there's anything else that comes across that contradicts the impression you wish to present. Ask yourself, is there anything you find that will cause an employer to think, hey, let's not call them in after all? Okay, you can also find out that evil twin that has your same name. Okay, they're out there. All right. But a lot of times when they do Google, they'll Google not only the name, but they'll Google the city attached to that. So it gives them a location. So it sort of narrows it down a little bit. But, you know, be ready. I mean, just Google your name and find out if there is any black sheep that's, you know, a distant relative twice removed. Okay? And be ready to answer the question, hey, I'm not related to that person. It's not me. Okay, so like I said, do a Google search. Then take an update. Update the things that you find that are out there. Sometimes you can go in and try to remove it. Okay, remove some comments, you know, that sort of thing. That's what remove is, okay? And of course you can delete. Delete different profiles, delete things that you don't want out there. But a lot of times the stuff lives in multiple places. I'm sure we've all heard of news stories where a tweet has been posted by some celebrity or somebody, and then they take it down. Well, somebody's already captured it somewhere, it's retweeted. Well, once it's retweeted, it goes to somebody else, it lives forever. Okay, fill in. Twitter, Google, LinkedIn, these are some popular social media sites. Fill in the profile. Put in the keyword-rich things about you. Don't leave any field really unfilled, especially on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is the social networking tool for finding a job. It's the business. I look at things that are, when I take and counsel my clients, I tell them that social media is conversational. Okay, don't think of it as traditional media where you're sending out a message via TV or radio or print, and it's one-way communication, you're not listening. This is supposed to be conversational. And Twitter is the cocktail party, okay? A metaphor for it. You got little stories here and there, conversations, and around the room, okay? Facebook is your backyard barbecue. Friends, relatives coming over, that kind of thing. LinkedIn is the trade show convention level of conversation. Very professional. And that's why it's very important, especially when you're looking for work, that you have a LinkedIn profile and you have it filled out. It's keyword rich, okay? And Google Plus, I say, is the conversation you had with that spoiled brat kid when you were in grade school on the playground. And the only reason you did is because that kid had a rich daddy. The rich daddy's Google. Okay? And Google is, again, the search engine, commanding about 68% of all searches. Bing has about 19. Yahoo has about 10. And then you start filling in AOL, Ask.com, and all the rest of them, like under the 1-2%. So cross every T, dot every I. Make sure that all the fields are filled out on the profile. Okay, again, especially on LinkedIn. Like I said, it's the #1 tool recruiters and HR use to find talent and check out talent. Okay, there are 95 million people in the United States that are on LinkedIn. And that's out of a workforce of 130 million. So there's a lot of people on LinkedIn. It's a way to network into a company. The magic starts around 65 connections. Okay? After that, we're probably only 6 degrees away from being connected with Kevin Bacon, as they say. All right. There are more than 300 million people worldwide that are on LinkedIn. Okay, it's not Facebook. Okay? Don't try to do things on LinkedIn that are Facebook. Posting pictures and goofy things. I mean, people don't want to see that. Okay? And, like I said, it's the #1 business networking tool on the internet. And you have to think of yourself as a business, as a brand. You're looking for a job. You're selling yourself as a product, a solution to a company's problem. And the company's problem is trying to find the right person to fill this particular position. Okay? Don't just upload your resume, the content from your resume on there. Expand upon it. Okay? I say keywords. Keywords are important. How do you find them? You're looking for a particular job. You can get a job description. You can pull the keyword phrases out of there and incorporate them into your LinkedIn profile. I also say list the Dragon Slayer stories in your summary, in your work experience, in the description. And those are stories where you have excelled, separating yourself from anybody else that has that same job title. Don't repeat the duties and responsibilities of the job that you had with the job title. HR knows what that is. Tell them how you did it differently, how you did it better, faster, cheaper, made money, saved money. They want numbers, okay? Don't lie, but tell them how, again, you did it better than anybody else that has that same title. Because you are unique. You are different than anybody else. Explain that in there. Take advantage of that. Okay? Now, when I take and talk to my clients about search engine optimization, It's keyword density on the page, on the keyword phrases that are important to their business. It's the same thing with you. The job description, the job title. If somebody takes and does a search for inbound marketers in Omaha, I'm in the top 5. Okay? Because that term is repeated throughout my LinkedIn profile, at least 15 times. And it's not blatant, it's done tactfully. And that's what you have to think, how to do that. Okay, now I could talk longer. It takes me at least 90 minutes to do a full LinkedIn presentation. And I do that once a year with our group. But also, members of the Omaha Career Networking Group can request a 2-hour personal counseling session, which I will do with them, one-on-one, helping them to refine their profile and also know how to use LinkedIn to find a job search, to find a job, and network into a company. Because networking will get you, is an 80% chance that you're going to land a job using networking. If you apply online, you have a 5% chance. So if you want to take and continue to look for a job, just continue to apply online. That's going to extend your job hunt. If you really are serious about actually getting a job, you start networking. Yeah?
What type of value do you link to, say, an employee already working at a particular company, and you use them as a reference when you're submitting your resume online to that particular company?
Again, when we start talking about using LinkedIn to network, if you have an open position that you found online somewhere, what you want to do is talk to that person that you're connected with or that you know, and see if they will give you what's called a warm handoff. Taking either your LinkedIn profile and forwarding it on to the hiring manager, circumventing HR, because HR is the proverbial black hole. Okay? So you try to get it, either that or ask them to take and pass along your resume with maybe a word of recommendation. I did that once about 5 years ago after I was laid off from my advertising agency job. And happened to be the president of the company that I'd worked for before that was connected with the founder of another company. And I asked him, hey, would you mind sending the stuff over there? I got an immediate telephone interview with the HR person, then with the hiring manager. And the conversation went really great. Unfortunately, they found somebody that had a little bit more experience than I did. I wasn't supposed to have that job. That's okay. I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. Okay. Expand. Expand your presence on the internet by getting involved in forums, okay? And when I say forums, in what I do, I take and actually go out and participate in a lot of search engine optimization forums. I'm reading things, I'm participating in things. I get in-mail through feeds so I can see what's going on. And that way I'm raising my value in that particular world. Okay? Marketing, public relations, advertising are areas that I'm all interested in. Search engine optimization, social media. So I spend time on these various sites, reading, commenting on discussions and blog posts. Okay, groups. Okay, LinkedIn is the place for groups. There are local groups, there are regional groups, there are national groups, there are industry groups. If you have a focus on one particular area, you could probably find a group that would fit those needs. If there's a regional group and you're trying to relocate to another area, you get connected with that group, you start discussing, you maybe ask some questions to other people that are in that group, and you may find a way to actually network into a company. Okay, whenever you take and put something on a group discussion, don't just say, hey, thanks, great information. That doesn't add anything, doesn't add any value. What you want to do is add something of value, something that you have as an individual that you can bring that brings value to that particular discussion. Okay, blog. How many here have a blog? Am I the only one? No, you got one. Blog? No? One. Okay. Maybe two? Okay. A blog is a place where you can take and establish thought leadership, subject matter expertise. It's a way to add content to the web. It's another place for search engine organic result to turn up. So all those things will help, because if somebody's actually looking for, let's say, an individual that has your particular talent, they may take and just Google the title or something related to that particular piece of work that you're doing. And if you're actually talking about that in a blog, you have that listed in your LinkedIn profile, you have it in your Twitter profile, you have it in your Google Plus profile. All those can turn up as results. And when you get more hits, they say, this individual might be worth talking to, because they're coming up in organic results. So that's important. Okay, and content, every time you add a blog post, you're adding content, and it re-indexes everything that's in there. And I usually tell my clients that if you're going to take and put something out, take and focus on a keyword phrase that would just be that particular blog post. And if you have several keyword phrases that you want to talk about, you have another blog post. Okay, I deal with reputation management, so I'll take and do a blog post on that. I'll do another one on search engine optimization. I'll do another one on inbound marketing. So I keep those things as separate entities so they can actually turn up as separate results. Okay, video. Some people had a YouTube channel, or you've been on YouTube, okay? YouTube channels, sometimes you actually create a profile. When you do a Google profile, you can create a YouTube channel real quick, okay? And you could add your own videos if you want to. And it's a great way to market yourself. You could do a little video just of yourself. It's almost like a video online resume of yourself, telling people what you do. It's like doing your elevator pitch. Do a 60-second commercial, okay? Do your elevator pitch. I am, I do, I help, I want, and you say I am again. Those are the things you do. And people will take and I say do it on YouTube, because YouTube, again, hey, it's Google product. You play nice with Google. Guess what? Google will help return the results for you. All right, add. Okay, what do you add? All right, add your resume. Okay, but what we just said, that was Google's your resume. Well, Google is the way that people can find out more about you. And like Larry said, resume is usually only about 60% of what you can actually do. But you can create a generic resume that you can post on like Boxnet, OneDrive, Google Docs, cloud storage of some sort, Dropbox. Okay, Cubby. Those are all different kinds of tools, and you can get free accounts to do that. So, and that way, once you have it up there, you can link it to other things. Like you can say, I want to take and put it on my LinkedIn profile. Now you've got a connection between the two. And that's, in terms of search engine optimization, you're creating backlinks. Okay? And it is a tactic, and it's a valid tactic from good websites to other good websites. And LinkedIn is one of the best websites to be a part of. Okay, and like I said, you could take and add your resume to the various social sites. Just put a link out there saying, you know, this is me. And then if you have a blog, you can actually put it out there too. Again, you have these areas. The whole idea is you're publishing this information for the web to actually index and hopefully help find you. So when somebody's actually doing a Google search. Okay, there's a lot more, but if there's any other questions? Anybody has questions? Okay, yes?
Hey, Jeff, as you mentioned Googling yourself, and if there's some information on Google that you would like to get rid of, what to do?
sometimes it's not that easy, but if it's certain sites, Facebook, for example, a lot of the stuff can be public. If you're participating in any Facebook pages, those things are public, okay? Some Facebook groups are public, some are not. You could go in there and actually delete some of your activity. Takes a little bit. You could actually go out and go on the various tools. Let's say the tool that is where it's being posted, and either support or help, there might be a way to find out about just putting in the question, how do I remove my listing in here? Okay, and there will be some online ways to be able to help you out that way, or contact the support person of that particular website. May be able to help you too. Yeah.
I do have a question, but one quick thing. I've had to do that before, and you go to like webmasters on Google, and I think you can like ask Google to take it off, but it takes a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
You were talking about using LinkedIn as a way to talk about like how you slayed a dragon, right? What part would you write that in?
I would put that in the summary. The summary is a top section right after your profile picture and name and your professional headline. And then also in the work experience, wherever that falls in that particular work experience. You don't have to repeat it, but that's where those Dragon Slayer stories would come in.
It's too much. Like if I was an employer reviewing somebody's site, online profile, and they were doing activity in lots of different social media and lots of activity.
Well, you have to balance that out, okay? Depends upon what kind of job you're looking for. If you're looking for a marketing job, obviously, they'd be looking for that. Sometimes, that may not be the thing. Like I tell my clients, a lot of times, okay, there's all these social channels that you could be part of, but you really want to pick the ones that are important to your prospect, okay? So, yeah, and you can't be everywhere all at once because, there's just not enough time in the day.
Is it wise to post political funds on Facebook rather than
What was the question?
Political, if you're taking and posting political beliefs on social sites. Yeah, that's something you're going to have to sort of tread a little bit. May not be the wise thing to do. You may want to just sort of be apolitical, sort of like, yeah, you can read the sites, but not participate in them. Another question? Yeah.
And maybe this is jumping ahead, but if you're changing careers, everything on LinkedIn thus far and all that in your resume and all that is related to what you
Are currently doing.
yeah, so
And trying to dance on eggshells with your current employer and not let them know that you're looking? Is that what you're asking? No.
no, actually they already know looking, but like if I want to change careers and do something totally different.
Well, you keep the experience, okay? If you can take and rephrase some of the transferable skills that you're looking for in the next position, try to put those in the current positions or your past positions, that would be a way to do that. But again, having the success stories of what you did in those positions will still be relevant, even though it may not be what you're going to look for, because that's what employers are looking for. They're looking for people that will help them be more successful.